Hi people, this is going to be a VR to a good guy on YouTube. It's not very well known, but I'd like it if he was to be well known. He's a good guy and he deserves everything coming his way. It's for the Bearded Clam, Mike, my brother. I said I would, didn't I? Yeah, VRs. I don't usually do VRs and challenges, etc. What I find is if you do a couple, then people just keep tagging you, and you just end up doing that all the time, and you're not doing what you want to achieve on your channel. So I try to sort of stay away from it. But this one, I couldn't say no to this one because it's unique. I haven't heard of a VR like this before, where no one wins anything. Bizarre, eh? Intriguing. What you have to do for this VR is to do a video response to Mike the Bearded Clam, and for this VR you need to do a video of anything you want. Anything. Okay, that's cool. And mention a charity of your choice and donate minimum of £5. Most of us can afford £5 or what, $7.50 maybe, to a charity of your choice. And Mike, bless him, is going to donate £50 to that charity. That's awesome. Yeah, what a cool idea. And mate, hats off to you, brother. That's awesome. I like that. So we're going to be doing a video of whatever we want. And my nominated charity, which I am going to put some money into tonight when I get back in, is Combat Stress. It's funny how things come and go around, isn't it? Combat Stress. What an amazing charity that is. I actually went to a centre recently to have a guided tour of a good friend of mine who was getting some help from there, okay? And leading on to this is how weird things are, you know, synchronicity and stuff. Some of you know my camera on the last video failed. It's this one here, okay? Absolutely screwed. It's beyond. It's gone. It's useless, to be honest. And the guy in question, we're talking about going to Combat Stress. He wanted to know what camcorder I used, and I told him, and he said, "Oh, cool. How much did you pay for it?" And I said, "It's a lot of money. It's about £180, something like that. About 220 bucks." I've had it for a couple of years, so it served me well. I said to him, "I'll tell you what, if you've got trouble finding it," he said, "I'll have a look around for you and see if I can find one." So I found one on eBay, and someone was offering it up. The guy who was selling it only used it once, didn't like it, didn't want it for whatever reason. And I put my friend onto the eBay ad. He put a bid in, no one else bid, he won it for a very little amount of money. I think it was about £80, something like that. So for a camcorder, which cost £180 to have it that used once for £80, less than half price is a good deal. My friend only used it once, couldn't really get on with it, didn't want to get into filming, he preferred his iPhone, so he's carried on with his iPhone. And he sold me the camera that this video is recording on now to me the other day for 60 quid. Awesome. I gave him 70 quid, I said to him, get yourself a couple of drinks or some, I don't know, some treats for the grandkids or whatever, you know. And deal sorted. The camcorder come today and it's recording this video. I couldn't wait till record a video. So what better linking Combat Stress, the charity of my choice, and my friend who sold me the camera. So that is awesome. Okay, so a video of what you wanted to do. Now, as I say, we got my outdoor camera. It's a quad proof from JVC, used on the Brecon Beacons. It's completely waterproof. The audio is crap. I'll put a big lump of blue tack on the top so I can stick my little through night torch on there so I can film in the dark. Okay, so that's cool. That's the knackered one. As I said, it's exactly the same as what I'm using now. Okay, the E207 JVC Enviro or something like that. Anyway, we don't want to waffle because it's Friday night and I'm sure you guys have got other things to do. I wanted to do a video for quite a while now, but I never seemed to sort of fit it into the videos that I was making. And it's about comments, YouTube comments. Okay, so I thought what I'll do is I'll do one video called Comments, and it's got everything that I want to say about YouTube comments, all in one video. Okay. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. So we're going to start off to. Sorry, I'm still getting over this cold. A couple of friends of mine over time, you know, when I was getting grief from trolls, etc., they said, look, just disable all comments. We have, and it's so much more easier. You ain't got to put up with any nonsense. And I thought, it would stop a lot of wasted time, etc. But, you know, after thinking about it, not for long, I hasten to add, I'll come to the conclusion that, no, it's not right. Freedom of speech is very important, okay? Now, lots of our fathers and forefathers fought for our countries for the freedom of speech. So to disable all of the comments and giving people an opportunity to mention whatever they feel like mentioning about the footage that you film, you know, it needs to be accepted that freedom of speech is very important. So I'm not going to be removing any comments. People will always be able to comment on my videos, and always will. I'm never going to change that. Some of these are good and some of these are bad. You know, just take it how you feel, really. If you want to get offended, get offended. You know, nothing happens. Right? This is what my father taught me when I was a child, a long time ago now. If you haven't got anything good to say, don't say it at all. So the amount of times that I've watched the video and it's riled me or upset me or something, it spurred me on to the point where I felt the need to comment. And sometimes when you're wound up in the heat of the moment, people say and do a lot of wrong things, okay? And in hindsight, after they slept on it, calmed down, reflected, do you know, I shouldn't have really done that, I shouldn't have said that, it's too late now, whatever. It's the same with comments. You know, once the comment has been left, that's it. Call it a digital footprint, okay? Every time you touch a key on your computer, it's recorded pretty much forever. Someone somewhere is going to have all of the information that you type onto things, okay? So it's happened to me. You know, I'm not Mr. Perfect, far from it. And so much so, I remember, as I said earlier, watching a video and being really pissed off with some certain video about something. And I've just typed in about 10 lines full of rant. And I'm just about to press enter to post it. And I've actually stopped and I've deleted it all and not put nothing at all. And that's happened a few times. I can't say how many, but let me just say less than 20 times over the last 3-4 years I've done that. And I've actually stopped myself and removed what I was going to rant on about. And, you know, if you look at some videos on YouTube, some of the comments are absolute vicious. You know, seriously bad. A classic example, I remember the thumbs down, it wasn't a comment. A good friend of ours in the community, Brybo, he lost his wife a few years back. Very, very sad, very sudden, very tragic. And some scum put a thumbs down on that video. And poor Brian was absolutely devastated, as you can imagine. This is his wife, his best friend, okay? Only a few days after she died. And some arsehole put his thumbs down, and he absolutely went into one, mad. Big loads of abuse about it. And a lot of people thumbs up what he had to say. So, you know, thumbs up, thumbs down, good comments, bad comments, they've all got their place, but, you know, really do think twice before pressing that post button, okay? Because, you know, it can be taken the wrong way, it can wind people up, etc. You know, on my videos, if I see comments which are blatantly taking the piss and tailored to goad people into arguments, especially racism, I just remove them straight away, okay? I won't even bother replying. And in fact, I haven't really got time to reply to all of the comments, but we'll get to that later. I've got some notes written down in case I forget, okay? So yeah, if you haven't got anything bad, don't say it at all. Be careful what you do put, because it's a digital footprint and it will stay there forever. And you can't go and take it back. Once it's done, it's recorded. If you delete it, you think that's fine. No, someone somewhere will have a copy of what you put, okay? And on the good side of things, I figured this out for myself, and I don't really see any other comments structured in this way. Now, some of you are subscribed to a good friend of ours in the States, Really Big Monkey 1, Dave Pearson, okay? Now it's a bit like myself, we just do long videos. We just like to share as much as we can. Sometimes we bang on about it or whatever, and the video goes on for an hour plus, okay? Now, what tends to happen from experience of myself is you watch a whole lengthy video, and the last 5 minutes are fresh in your mind, and usually when you comment, it's about the end. So rather than, what I tend to do is I'll watch a video, and if there's any point of interest that I think, oh, I'm going to comment on that, I pause the video, go to the comment box underneath, type in what I want, enter it in there, but do not post it. Leave it unposted. Go back to the video, press the pause button, carry on watching it. It'll go on for whatever length of time, and there'd be another point that you want to talk about or comment on. Pause the video, go down, add it underneath. And then effectively what you're going to have is you get to the end of the video and you've got this string of all of these different comments. You can number them if you want to for anal about that, okay? But try and punctuate it so it's easy to everyone to understand, okay? And it's all in one comment. Bosh, press post and it's gone. That way you've covered everything that you wanted to cover in the video, rather than forget all about it and just remember the end bit. And you forgot about what you wanted to comment on 12 minutes into the video. That's a little tip that I thought I'd share, and I do it a lot now, and it really helps, because how are you going to remember every single point of interest out of an hour-long video, and then type it all in at the end? You're going to forget something, okay? And the comments are important, they really are, because people can read through the comments and learn just as much about the video in the comments at the same time. It's amazing, you really can. Some of the information, Randy J in America, nearly every comment he done has got trivia, very useful, helpful information. Sometimes in good depth as well, and it really does help a lot of people out. And I wish there was more people like that, rather than just saying, great video, thanks. Oh mate, I've just spent bloody 48 hours, filming and making all that. Sorry. But you know what I mean? It's like a structured comment. You're really sort of giving people and the video maker some insightful information, okay? So that always helps for me, pausing it and doing it as you go, okay? Also, some comments, it's happened to myself, and I think I might have touched on it in a video recently as well. Google Plus. Some of you know, not all of you, but some of you know that I can't stand Google Plus. I've only been on there twice. The first time was when it was forced upon us, when no one wanted it. Lots of people just sat on their knees and sucked it up. Nah, not this guy, not a chance. The first thing I've done is when Google Plus was forced upon us, I went on there and reading through it all, I tried to make it as private as possible, okay? It's just a spine bullshit information thing. I'm not buying it, okay? So I tried to make it as private as possible where I don't have to keep policing it. It's another thing to cause arguments and spend more time on, okay? People have got enough time in their lives to do other stuff without worrying about Google Plus as well as a YouTube channel, okay? Anyway, I don't want to get drawn into a rant on Google Plus, but what I'm talking about Google Plus is people put a comment on a video and you can't reply to their comment. Now, what I found to my discourse was, I said earlier, I went into Google Plus twice. The first time to set it all up, and the second time was very recently. I was posting comments and my friend Pete, Mind Wiseman, was saying, can't reply to your comment, what's going on? But on my screen, on my laptop, every time I put a comment, I can see reply underneath. But he and no one else could. Thought that's a bit strange. So I've done some research on Google, and it says, no, you have to change your settings in your Google Plus account. I haven't gone into my Google Plus account. I've only been on there once, about a year ago. So here we go, into the valley of death, I shall fear no evil. I clicked on the Google Plus thing and went in there. And yeah, Google Plus actually disabled my reply to feature on my comments without my knowledge or say so, okay? That was a massive wake up call for me. As I said, I never went in there and done it. Google done it for me. And if it wasn't for my friend Pete saying to me, I can't reply to your comment, and me researching why, and going in there and altering the settings back to anyone, the public can reply my comments. That just backs up what it says. Google Plus is shit. And if you like it, I feel sorry for you. I can't stand it. Okay? This is a freedom of speech channel and it is what it is, okay? What else was there? Yeah, and going back to comments as well. One of the biggest things that I do find a bit upsetting, and I can't really do much about it, is I'm finding it very, very hard to reply to everyone's comments. Okay, you just can't do it, and it's such a shame because I think most people are okay, but I think there's going to be some people out there probably thinking he's up his own arse. He's got a big channel now. He can't be bothered to reply to me. I'm not important enough for him. I don't like him no more. Some people are a bit stupid like that, unfortunately, and they feel like that because I don't know why. But I can assure you, people who have met me will say, I'm as I am on front of camera. I am like this all the time. I don't put anything on. I'm not up my own arse. The channel is just a bit of fun, okay? And if they haven't got a sense of humour and they don't understand me mucking around and being a joke, then brother, I feel sorry for you. You've probably got a sense of humour bypass. Okay? So it does get to me where I can't physically reply to everyone because it's not only YouTube comments and what I've done. I think it's 470 odd videos now, and they're to replying to all of the comments on a lot of them, not all of them, obviously, but a lot of them videos. You put a comment down, and because I don't do Google Plus, every time I enter a comment, I delete the Google Plus Funky Prepper bit, so that's gone. So every time someone replies to my comment after their reply, I don't get to see it. The only way I can see it is if I remember and go back to the comment to see if anyone's replied to my comment. If that makes sense. Okay, so it's very time consuming, and also I set up an email account just for people on YouTube to contact me because the YouTube PM system I think's junk as well. It's just insane. You just get too many. And filtered, as I'll put up on the screen now, filtered messages. I mean, look at it all. I mean, how am I going to go through all of those, as well as the comments that were going up on a video that I've just published and other previous videos? People commented on them. It's just a bit of a heartache. As I say, I've got the funkypm@outlook.com email address. People email me to that as well. And if that wasn't enough, I've got an Instagram account with over 2,000 pictures, and nearly every picture I've put on there, there's comments about them pictures. So you got to reply to them as well now, and it just takes so long. And I do apologise. I know some people try to reply to all the comments, but my guesses are some people who are a bit riled that I don't reply, they probably haven't got 32,000 subscribers and have no idea what it's actually like. I don't mean to sound negative, but it's true. It's fact. Okay, I've got a full-time job. I work 5 days a week, sometimes 10-hour days. I come home. I've got 2 animals which need at least an hour's walk every evening. There's the house to take care of, a vehicle to take care of, my wife to take care of, and I've got my granddaughters as well. There's just no time. And if I can squeeze in time to do videos as well, and do the overnighters, which requires a lot of foresight planning, setting up kit, going to the place, filming it all, coming back, editing it all, doing the admin, washing it, drying it, putting it away. A lot of people who don't make videos don't get to see all of that, and to see what goes on making videos. It takes a lot of time. Especially if you're anal like myself about editing as well, that sometimes takes a long time. But a good friend of mine who's been following me for over a year or so now, Sean, Mr. DJ and Eyesight Tank, back at you, baby. He really did help set up my editing software. Okay, I'm no longer on Windows Movie Maker. I'm on Sony Vegas Pro 13, and I tell you what, I probably understand about 20% of that software program, but it's enough to get me to where I left off on Media Player. Okay, so I've still got a lot to learn regarding moving photographs around and more animation with texts and slowing videos down. There's a lot to learn. Okay, but I will get there. It's just going to take time. It's a bit like my channel, really. I'm not, going out my way to sort of publicise it and bang on. I mean, I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on Flickr, whatever else there is. It's just Instagram and YouTube. That's it. Okay. Um, and when even recently I was contacted by BBC by some Benjamin Z guy, wherever he is. Bit of a jerk, if I'm honest. Sorry, mate, but that's how you come across on the documentary recently. After doing the UK Preppers 2 documentary, it soon become apparent that the media in general are out to make us preppers like idiots, really. You know, the big fat guy in a bunker with 20,000 cans of baked beans and hand grenades and stuff, sitting there waiting for the zombies. You know, that's what the media tries to tell Joe Public. You know, this is what preppers are really like. So far from the truth. But yeah, you do have an element of people like that. But seriously, you know, I'm a serious prepper. This isn't just for fun and making films. I really do store food and equipment. I really do have a plan for me and my family. If we get flooded or if there's riots in a nearby town, you know, I've got plans. And a lot of us do. Not all of us make videos. But anyway, I digress about growing a channel and publicising everywhere. It's not for me, okay? And, you know, I've got a couple of friends who want to grow their channel in that way. And I'm a cockroach and Pete Mind Wiseman. The guy for the BBC contacted me. I said, I can't get time off work, which is true, just too busy. But two guys who I think would be well up for it. One of them was Mike and one of them was Pete. The BBC contacted them. They got on a documentary. I think, you know, if you haven't seen the documentary, I'll put the link to that documentary video underneath this one so you can see for yourself. And I'll rest my case. Look at the comments underneath that BBC documentary. There's no way I wanted to be involved in any of that. Okay, and even the UK Preppers 2 documentary I was in, Mr. Famanaman still has that video uploaded. Although I don't know how the hell he managed it, because I was taken down from YouTube by putting that video up, which is weird. I got a copyright strike and all sorts, big shit over that, and I was even involved in the freaking documentary. Sort that one out. But anyway, yeah, look at the comments, and it's really bad press. So I didn't want to be involved in all that. And personally, the way that reporter done the documentary recently, I mean, hats off to Mike and Pete for the way that they reacted and the way they did. Hand on heart, I would have lost it. I would have. I wouldn't have been able to take all of that sarcastic shit from that guy. I couldn't have done it. No way. So, Mike, for putting him in a full wrist lock, and I know Mike wanted to bust his arm off because I would have as well. It was awesome. And even when Pete was being filmed in the canoe, you know, this is how crazy the cameraman is. He fell in the water, right up to his bloody waist, covered in cold water, and it was dark. And then about a mile walk back to the car, and it's nearly winter. And this filming a programme about preppers, I thought that was hilarious. I hope he learnt something in that cameraman. You know, maybe when he goes out filming stuff in the woods in the wintertime near a river, maybe he should take a spare pair of clothing in his backpack. So yeah, just something for the critics really. I'm not up my own arse. I don't get paid for any kit that I review. I'm not really in it for the money. I just want to grow it naturally, share information, and just encourage people to prepare. That's it. And I do it in my own unique way. You know, prepping is a very serious subject, but in fairness, lots of people try and make videos perfect and they're serious and they don't laugh. Well, if you watch them videos all the time, you'll probably end up a sad guy as well, not smiling too much, not enjoying himself. So I try to make it a bit light-hearted and a bit fun, and sense of humour as well. Sense of humour is so important. Can you imagine being in a survival situation with a few other guys and everything's going wrong, you're cold, you're tired, you're hungry, and when you're hungry, people get ratty. And if there's people you don't really know and they start squabbling, that's when you want a sense of humour, because if you haven't, man, your survival is going to go downhill pretty fast. So I try to sort of make it, you know, light-hearted and appealing really. So if any of you guys don't understand why I'm joking around all the time, then, you know, I'm sorry, but go and buy a sense of humour, okay? It don't cost much. So I know it's a long-winded video. I'm still not under the under the weather. It's Halloween tomorrow. I really wanted to go out and do an overnighter with a pumpkin and, you know, burning pentagrams and all the rest of it. It'd have been brilliant, but I just don't feel like it, to be honest. I've got a fridge full of beer for the last 2 weeks I haven't drunk because I can't taste anything. I've got a humidor with a few cigars in. Can't smoke any of them because I can't taste anything. So I thought, okay, new camera, at least I'll film something. And talking about comments has been on the back of my mind for a long time. And I'm just glad I put this video out here to let people know my thoughts about comments on YouTube. And obviously a great VR to my friend Mr. McAllister, the Bearded Clam. Okay, take from it what you will. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay funky.